Howdy.
How you doing? Let's get the show started.
Okay.
Yeah, so me and Andrew today are going to discuss quite an interesting topic. Can you tell what it is?
Yeah.
Go ahead and start.
The topic is agnosticism. Is that how you say it?
Agnosticism.
Agnosticism.
Which we both are, by chance. And we're going to talk about what it means to be agnostic, consequences, etc., etc.
Rewards.
Rewards, yeah. So, Andrew, why don't you start off and tell them what it means to be agnostic?
Well, I think what it means to be agnostic is that you like to climb trees, and especially trees that have brown leaves, so you want to do it during the fall season. What about you, Vic?
What?
What do you think agnosticism
Well, I wasn't
is?
thinking about that at all. I was thinking of the standard Oxford definition, which means to suspend judgment and belief in God. And that's what I think agnostic is. But maybe there are agnostics, I'm sure, who climb trees.
What does that mean, though, like to suspend
Well,
judgment?
the thing is, you have a like belief in God is like it goes on a continuum. You know, a theist will say I believe in God, an atheist say I don't believe in God, and I'm like so it's like the atheist will say it's very unlikely that there is a God. The theist will say it's very likely that there is a God. The agnostic says I don't really know what the probability is, so I'm going to suspend judgment and not make a decision. So there could be, there could not be, but there's no way of me of knowing. And basically, the agnostic will say that for anything that you can't really verify and falsify, like any kind of, any kind of fairy tale or invisible and anything that you can say I'm agnostic about because I don't really know enough about it. Could be true, but there's no good reason to believe it, and there's no good reason not to believe it. So I just don't. I don't take an opinion on it.
Do you believe there's like a higher power than the humans?
Well, I don't know.
all
I
this?
mean, it's back to the thing: is there higher powers or not? I mean, I'd like there was, give you more comforting, but there's no way of knowing that, so I'm not going to make a judgment on it. How can I ever know that? You?
Yeah, I do. I think there's a higher power.
Why? What reasons do you have?
Yeah, I think there's got to be.
Why?
Because we're here. I don't think we could have just come from nothing.
Why not?
Because that's not how things are.
How do you know? Maybe we did.
But
See, here's the thing.
what's the reason for that?
It's a logical fallacy you just committed. Sorry, Andrew. It's called the argument from ignorance. So since you don't know something, you're going to assume that there could not be another way of happening, so I'm going to think it happened a certain way.
Well, maybe, but I don't know if it makes sense. I understand. Like, I don't know some things, and I try not to assume just because I don't know those things that my way of thinking is correct. But I just personally, though, I don't know it, but I do think it wouldn't make sense, for everything to just be from nothing.
We don't know where everything came from. We're still finding out. Scientific process. We know that there's a Big Bang, but before that, who knows where that came from? We're still discovering. So, I mean, it could be very likely that there is some kind of force, but there could also be, it could be that there's no thing. So, you don't really know. I guess knowledge is a process, discovery.
Yeah.
So you keep learning, and I don't know, but if it makes you feel good, I guess, it makes you feel more comfortable in life. I guess you can say you can believe in it, right?
I don't know about that.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know about comfort level. I don't know if that has to do with it. I think people who don't believe in it are probably just comfortable as the average person who does believe in a higher power.
So why do you believe in a higher power, though?
Because I think that makes the most sense to me. That there's got to be something that.
But why does it have to be? Why? Why can there not be?
Well, I mean, I certainly think there could be. It couldn't be. There couldn't be one. There couldn't be something, but I think it's more likely that there is.
Well, why is it more likely, though?
Why is it more likely?
Yeah.
Just because from my own perspective, my own way of living. It's things, you know, start from something. Everything that I've been around has started from something. If you make a milkshake, you start with milk and chocolate syrup.
What else?
And you use a spoon.
And a blender. Hopefully.
Actually,
Yeah.
I just use a spoon.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have a blender.
Old-fashioned way, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess I'd say, I mean, the thing is, that, you know, and even if there is something, like, what's the identity of that greater being? You know, what are his characteristics?
Or her.
Or her. Or
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the thing.
That's where that's to me, that's where my agnosticism comes in.
Oh, so you're kind of like, okay, well, it's like you can believe there's something, you don't know what, just something more.
Yeah.
Something more.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe in like Jesus or you know, what's the Hindu?
Well, the Hindu gods and
Hindu gods. Yeah, I don't know if I believe in that, but yeah, I do think there is something.
Were you raised Christian?
I was, yeah.
Where were you raised?
Episcopalian. Straight up wasp.
And your parents, do they still believe?
Yeah. Yep.
You still go to church?
Go to church. They go to a Bible study group.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they really into it?
Not like crazy into it, but like, you know, they light the candles during Lent or whatever it is, and.
Have you been to an Episcopal service when you were younger?
Yeah, I actually was an acolyte for all my years of high school.
Did you like it?
Yeah, because I had to go to church anyway, and it made church more interesting. So.
Is it fun? How was the service?
How was the service?
Is it like a mass a little bit, like a Catholic mass? What is it like? Is there a Eucharist and the wine?
Yeah.
And you consume it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there there's an altar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you how's the service go? What's your order progression? You remember? You're must have asleep most of the time, huh?
No, it's you know, it's kind of your standard church service. You know, you mixed prayers with songs, and at the end you did communion.
So when did you say you lost your faith?
What's that?
When did you lose your faith? When did you start realizing, maybe that's not true?
Well, I don't even know if I really had faith to begin with.
You're just kind of going with the motions?
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of people, yeah. It's more like tradition, and then it becomes like a habitual thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like something that's more or less, taught to you, and you accept it. So.
Yeah, it's I think when I think back to it, when I went to church, I kind of, like you were saying, just went through the motions, kind of, just said words that I didn't really mean.
Yeah.
Said, the prayer, I didn't really mean what I was saying. So
it was never really there. It's understandable.
Yeah. What about your path?
Well,
Agnosticism.
I was raised Catholic, but when I was younger, I went like you, just went through the motions, didn't really take anything. I don't know, I just didn't. It was just like that thing you had to do on Sunday, and that's it. And then I don't know, when in high school, I just started getting. I actually started believing in it and doing all the reading, Bible, and all that stuff, and like getting more into the religion. And then I don't know, little by little, like the more I get right into it, the more like. I don't know, I just started questioning everything, like, like stuff of hell, and like all this stuff I found very like contemptible, or things that could evil, like the way they treat homosexuals and people don't believe, and women, and historical fact, all this stuff. I just felt like the more I tried to reform my Christianity, make it more like accepting and stuff. The more I did that, the more I realized like it just lost meaning. I didn't really need it in the end. You don't need it. You can do it, with just knowledge you can accomplish it. So, and then I realized that there's no real good reason to believe. So I don't believe.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. Catholic's pretty hardcore, I feel like.
Well, they used to be, but not really though, because
not anymore.
They go through Catholics that go through the tradition. They don't really. It's more a cultural thing. The people who are hardcore. You're probably like evangelicals, people in the school. They have those youth groups. Those things, Campus Crusade and InterVarsity and all those. Those are like the people who are really, really into it. They try to like apply it in all aspects of their life.
I gotta say real quick, because I've actually been going to a youth group thing here, like Wesley group. Not for religion, just for new friendships and experience. And although they are very I'd say passionate, or they definitely believe in Jesus and in everything, and are Christians, they have been very, you know, open and accepting, you know, towards me when, you know, when I think they are, at least when I don't sing along to the songs. But
Are you is it Episcopal, Wesley, or is it?
yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's Methodist. It's a Methodist thing, but
Yeah, but the thing, all the activities they do revolve around Jesus and all that stuff, right? So why would you go?
well, I go like I said, for friendships. There's free food.
This guy over here.
But no, I mean, when they do the food and they sing the songs, and I usually just stand there and, you know, yeah, act lively. I try to, you know, read the lyrics, but I don't, you know, sing them out loud. And then after that, they do go over some passages in the Bible, but it more like kind of pertains to like real life. So yeah, I think it's interesting, you know. At least I can think that, you know, that how they relate it.
How often do you go?
Every week, or every once a week, I try to go, because it's on every Thursday.
Good people?
Good people. Good people.
Any hotties?
Alright, but I don't know if they might be watching this, so.
Huh?
Some people, I try to, you know, I try to advertise myself, so I don't know if I was talking to some guy in Wesley and told him about the YouTube video, so.
What do you say?
I don't know, I think he said you check him out. He probably just is saying that.
But it's not going on YouTube, is it?
This could go on YouTube.
Maybe. Alright, he added the
I think
part.
it's good.
He added the part we're going to talk about right now.
I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to edit the part.
Alright. I was going to ask you about like some of your moving on to like, I don't know, your romantic experience. Can I talk about those?
Well, how much time do we have? I might have to save that for another video, because we don't want to go over like 10 minutes here.
How much time do we have?
I actually have no idea, but it's probably getting close.
How do we know?
I don't think it tells us.
Well, I guess let's stick to the...
We'll save it for another one, though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Don't mind that.
Yeah.
Can't say names, though. I've learned that's not the way to go.
Can't say names?
Can't say names.
Yeah.
But,
Especially if it goes on YouTube.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. We'll see about that. But yeah, I think it's been a good video here.
Good video. A lot of good points said. A lot of learning's been done.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. God bless.